everyone, welcome to week 2. This week has started off a little bit rocky, but I'm excited because I'm starting to see a little bit of strength coming back, and me starting to prepare my mind a little bit better before workouts, before eating, things like that. So I'm excited. Week 2, our fitness tip this week is understanding self-doubts or challenging limiting thoughts when it comes to whether or not we can actually live up to the goals that we set for ourselves, which are very realistic goals.
Hey ladies, just wanted to do a really quick check-in on how my week has been going. I have been scrapping up all different foods that have not been according to my meal plan, but I know I had needed to eat, so I'm just going with the flow. So I have a workout class in the morning, and I am preparing so that I can have enough fuel to make it through, and then I can fuel my body for afterwards. So I have here fresh spinach, and then I'm gonna prepare and make a salad.
I'm looking forward to what my partners have come up with so far this week. Hey, so now I'm feeling all bloated, feeling like I'm like 3 or 4 months pregnant. Just feeling bloated, but that's okay. I'm gonna get back on it. And I allowed myself some grace yesterday, and yeah, anyway, I'm gonna come back. So I was just really mentally upset that I couldn't work out. I just didn't have the energy, honestly. And this was supposed to be a week of refocusing. So yeah, I just gotta get back to it.
So hello everyone, my name is Decatur Webster, and although the challenge has been going on for some weeks now, I don't have a desire to go in and get anything healthy this time. Maybe I'll try to see if they have salmon or something on sale. I'll eat salmon all day if I have it. So while I don't have the desire to go in to get anything healthy, who knows what I'm going to come out with. I am trying to train my mind not to beat myself up because I'm not doing what everybody else is doing, but to go at my own pace.
Hey there, so just finished my mid-morning breakfast. Am I really hungry right now, or do I just kind of want to eat because I'm bored or I'm tired, feeling lethargic? And that's usually the time where you just crave a lot of, bad stuff, simple carbs, breads, candies, sugar, at least for me. And I know mine, specifically, the way my appetite works, is I go from 0 to 100 really quickly. So if I allow myself to eat one thing that is sugar-based or something like that, then I will go through an entire carton of something, or I'll skip around from food to food. And I'll end up feeling lethargic, unmotivated, and just all around, guilty and not wanting to do anything. So I looked at the scale, and thankfully on the scale, I am not hungry. I am actually tired and thirsty. So I'm gonna drink maybe 16-20 ounces of water, see if that helps any. Wait about 5 minutes. If not, I'm gonna take a nap. And I know after a nap, I'll probably feel refreshed. So wish me luck.
But today I decided that I was going to make me a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich. And I also had a cup of coffee. So the reason I decided that is because I felt I wanted some comfort food today. And as I think about our thought for this week, limiting beliefs, it made me realize that in my past, have I used food as a crutch for comfort, to make me feel happy? So that's something I need to think about this week. But also in my feed today on Facebook, I wish I had saw this prior to. A year ago, I posted Romans 8:6. The mind governed by the flesh is death, but the mind governed by the Spirit is life and peace. That was a really good reminder on today as I reflect on limiting beliefs. I chose the food that I chose today because I truly enjoy it, and I felt like it would bring me comfort. So it just makes me think about, how often as a child or even prior to my fitness journey did I use food as a crutch to make me feel good about the feelings that I was having. I have worked out this week, but it seems as though my workouts have been in vain because I'm putting all this junk back into my body. I feel really disappointed in myself and almost like I'm a failure this week, but I know there's better days to come. I will most definitely prepare and be more about my business come next week. And this is my first drink for the day because I have been extremely busy and out of my seat taking care of my patients. So better luck next week.
I know that this journey is about being healthy and fitness, and I know the fried green tomatoes were indeed not the most healthier option that I could have gotten. That was just kind of what I wanted, and it was good, and I don't regret it. And I look forward to kind of making healthier choices in the near future. I look forward to being able to walk again and being able to tap into that inner me that I so love that comes out in spring and summertime.
I think I'm a little tired today. I'm a little busy at work today, so my eating has fallen off. Oftentimes I struggle with getting enough food in, so I've had some cauliflower rice. I had yogurt with granola and an apple. Clearly that's not enough food, so I'm going to have to step it up and just get right back on track. But again, oftentimes that's my struggle, is sometimes it's getting busy and not focusing on getting in enough calories to support my body and my workouts.
This morning we get an opportunity to head over to one of the other accountability partners' home, Chandria Seaton. She is the one who has competed bodybuilding before, so she's been up this alley quite a few times, and is now getting back on board with the me versus me, getting her mind right. And I get an opportunity to go over and talk with her about getting back into the swing of things.
Alright, so I'm made it here to Chandria's beautiful, beautiful home. Let's see if we can knock on the door. Hello! The crew is here.
It sounds good to see you guys in person. She come in the door like that. Come on, girl. Yes.
Okay, how you feeling after your first day back?
I'm super excited that I did it.
All right, Chandria.
Yes.
It is the end of week 2.
Yes.
How are you feeling, or how have you been feeling over these last couple of weeks?
Well, so, this week was supposed to be my reset week because last week was celebrating my dad's 70th, and we had a good time. He really enjoyed himself, so it was all worth it. The cookie crumble, the cake. But anyway, so Sunday was supposed to be my reset day, but we were still kind of tired. And then Monday we had our COVID shot, and so my arm was a little sore. And I was hoping I wasn't, gonna have any side effects. But then Tuesday happened, and literally I had no energy at all. So Tuesday, Wednesday went by. Finally on Thursday, I felt some level of normalcy. So I was supposed to do battle ropes, but we couldn't wake up. So, as you know. So, but in general, you know, even despite not being able to get my workouts in, mentally, I'm excited about the possibilities that are ahead. I am just looking forward to just each week, really. And so, you know, I'm feeling great. And especially today was my first day back.
Before you get to that part,
yes.
did any doubts for you creep up?
Doubts. Well, I think, the only thing I could think of was just, man, okay, if I'm really supposed to be focusing on, you know, losing these small amounts each week, damn, I, you know, lost some time. And so am I gonna, you know, be able to recover? But other than that, I'm just like, you know what, we're gonna push forward. Because, you know, this is damn sure more than what I've been doing. So I'm excited about that.
How does it make you feel to kind of restart this journey? Because you've competed before in several competitions.
Yeah.
And we're back here and things are starting to open up, get back to normal. You got your own gym in the basement,
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
How do you feel about recommitting yourself to this sport again?
Good question. You know, honestly, it's exciting, but then it's also a little scary. And scary in that, well, maybe scary is the wrong word. Maybe it's more of, I don't want to let myself down. Like, I know what it takes. I've been there. I've done it. Did I, you know, completely reach my full potential? Absolutely not. So I think that thinking about not reaching my full potential, even after competing in 5 shows, that in and of itself is motivating. Because I have so much to prove to myself. And I think about just, you know, the past few months, mentally, I've been allowing Satan to just, you know, attack my mind and, you know, oh, you're not good enough to, you don't even need to be going to for today. You got a gym downstairs, you don't have time, you know, all of that, you know, negative self-talk. And I have, you know, I have such a great support system, a tribe, you know, my family, my husband, my sorors, my Fit with Renee family, so many, my girlfriends that I travel with, my beaches, we've known each other, you know, over 15 years, my best friend since 2nd grade, my mom, just so many people. And they were not going to allow me to continue to be in the valley or the hole that I was in. And so I think about that and I'm like, okay, I can do this, right? So I'm thankful for all of that support. But I think also what I had to realize is, for me, you know, I had to go through that. Yes, for me and for my growth, and to realize it's okay to not have it all together. And it's okay to fail. I don't have to be perfect. So that shit's overrated. And I'm so over it. So I'm like taking off the cape. I ain't never asked for the cape. I don't want the cape. I don't ever want to have it again.
Sell it on Poshmark.
If Poshmark, you can have it. And if any of you ever see me trying to put on the cape again, you can kick me. Do something. Stop.
So let me ask you, in those moments of maybe perceived weakness, where you have that fear of failing yourself or fear of disappointing yourself, what are some things that you not do, but mentally, how does that impact you? Physically, how does that impact you?
When I have moments of perceived failing, how does that physically impact me? Well, honestly, I think it handicaps me. It's, you know, if I think about these past few months, just in general, feeling like, you know, I'm not able to keep everything together. Like if I'm not able to keep, you know, home life together or keep on top of work, and it's like, physically, do I really need to be focused on getting workouts in, right? I can't keep this stuff together. Why do I deserve to go and, you know, do something for me? So, you know, I heard God saying, you know, Chandria, you do a lot. You do a lot of good things. But sometimes, even with those good things, you got to let them go. You need to create space. And I fought that for months because I felt like, gosh, you know, okay, well, God, you allow me to do these things, you know, to be president of this organization, or, you know, to be on the board for this and do this and do that. And, and by the way, you are a mom and a wife, and, you know, we're in the pandemic, and, you know, so now you got to be a teacher, you got to do this and that. You know, I feel like God was saying, it is okay to let half of this shit go. And nobody is going to be disappointed. But that was the thing. I felt like I was letting not just myself down, but others. And I didn't want to feel that way. I didn't want to, you know, so many people reached out during my sabbatical, or I can't even really call it sabbatical, but the time that I was away, I was off. Yeah, my hiatus. There we go. That's better. And you know, I was off of social media for 4 or 5 months, and many people reached out, and they were just like, "Man, you know, you are missed. You are light, and where are you?" And we miss you. But it was a while before I got to hearing that, because I wasn't answering the phone. I wasn't, you know, returning text messages. And during that time, I just realized the impact of relationships and connectivity. And, you know, you think about just during this time, so much has gone on. We've lost so many things. And I think about, you know, being able to work from home 100%, you know, while that's a blessing, it's also been a little bit of a curse for me, because I get energy from people, and having to be at home and not be in the office and around other people, you know, all we hear is, you know, isolate. That's been so hard for me. And not being able to be in the gym and work out. And, you know, initially, you know, when Renee was outside, I would go outside. But then when the seasons changed, it was like, okay, I got to stay away. And that impacted me so much. In a negative way, I was away, and I didn't need to be away, because, you know, that's our sanctuary, right? That's our fitness sanctuary. It's the time that we take for ourselves. And that's another thing. God was absolutely saying, it's okay for you to take time for you. You don't need to sacrifice taking that time. You don't need to let other things take that time away, you know. But it was hard to try to figure out, okay, how do I, you know, juggle everything? And at the bottom line, really, he was saying, let stuff go. Say no. No is a complete sentence. N to the O, period. It's a complete sentence.
I'm super happy that you brought up the idea of learning how to kind of divorce yourself from the responsibility of being everything for everyone, and learning how to walk more in what is it going to take to nourish my soul? What is it going to take me to, you know, build myself back up? And when we get under the vices of something like fear, which fear is a tool of the enemy, right? And it's deceptive.
Yeah.
Right? It makes you believe that if you do all of these things, if you're everything for everyone, then, things will be okay. So it's putting conditions on your okayness. When God says we are unconditionally and perfectly loved by Him. And so anything opposite of that, we're not operating in our true, authentic identities. And I'm reminded of that. And this is my encouragement. When Jesus told Martha, you do many things, but only few are necessary. How does that statement impact you?
I got chills as you were talking and saying that. Because I also remember when I was going through my depression, I remember thinking, gosh, I don't want to tell the kids. I don't want them to know because they're going to think I'm weak and that I'm not being a strong mom. And I remember my husband saying, Chandria, it's okay. You need to tell them. He went through some hard times and he's like, I told them and they understood. And so, give them that. Don't let them think that life is, roses all the time. And so I remember, just telling them, mommy's going through a really tough time. I'm having some depression and anxiety but it's not, I don't want them to think it was because of anything they had done or said or any of that. And I remember both of them, my daughter, she's sunshine, and she says, Mommy, you don't have to do it all. And my son, he is, he doesn't say a whole lot a lot of the times, but when he speaks, it's very profound and very well thought out, intellectual. And he's like, Mom, this has, been my freshman year of high school, and I've experienced, some hard times, and it's okay. We're in this together. So just hearing them, the Bible said the children will lead. And so I got so much strength from hearing from them. And when I shared that with them, it was a weight that was lifted. It was still hard because, again, it was, me being vulnerable and, not having it all together. But again, learning that it is okay.
It's okay to not.
Yeah, it's okay to not be okay. And I remember my girlfriend, who's actually, here now, Jo, she, I can tell you so many people called, and literally when I wasn't reaching out and calling back or texting back, people would come to my house. I mean, my tight girl, she came to my house. I hadn't, talked to her. She rolled up. She lives 45 minutes away, and she's like, so what's going on? What's going on? I mean, what we need to do, what do you need? What do I need to do? What's going on? And so I was just so thankful for her. And I think about, our accountability partner, Decatur, she has her own world and life of stuff, right? And, just such a dynamic woman as, all of you are, but she has her own things, yet she dropped everything, came to my house, is deathly afraid of cats. And it was like, I'm coming in. Not only did she come, she brought flowers. But here's the thing that was so sweet about that moment, the flowers that she bought. So I celebrated my 40th birthday just before the pandemic, a year before the pandemic. So thankfully, gosh, because that wouldn't happen. It was a big celebration, light, and the theme was Shine Bright for Shay. So all of my close friends and family, they know me as Shay. My colors were red, orange, and yellow. And those were the flowers that she brought over And the reason she did that was because she said, I want you to remember a happy time when you were at your best. You were shining. And so, I'm just thankful for all of the amazing people that are in my life that continue to remind me of God's love. It is so deep, so wide, so high.
Absolutely. And to conclude, God talks about how perfect love casts out fear. And I think through your experience of these relationships and how they kind of came back and showed you who you really were, and where you're really headed, and who you are in the kingdom even, it seems to stand true as a testament for you during the tough time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for being a part of the me versus me, and I'm hoping that it will add on to that experience of learning how to have not only outside relationships provide that for you, but your own relationship with yourself.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Thank you, Chandra.
Thank you.